It's just really weird how a woman's reticular activation system only focuses on things that she deems to be high status. Cooper has a great quote, and I've heard you say something similar, which is women don't care about your struggles. They wait at the finish line and they fuck the winners. You know, I actually extrapolate that to one more thing. You're talking about male improvement, and Rollo, he says, don't let girls know you read Rational Male, and you talk about girls don't need to know you watch FitX Fearless and this kind of stuff. It's because I think that, what you're saying before, women don't conceptualize of male self-improvement. Because women just see, it's like, I don't know how the donut was made. I just know it tastes good. And then when guys, NFL teams, when they get a new free agent, they're paying him for future stuff. They don't care about the work that you put into previous. They're not paying you for the Super Bowl you won last year. I think women are the same way, where it's like, because they're so out of touch with why they're attracted to men, they just see a man and just be like, he's perfect and was just born like that. And they think men are born like that, and they don't see the work that goes into it. I personally think women not only just want to wait at the finish line and fuck the winners, I don't think that they believe male self-improvement is even a real thing.
That is 100% true, because they don't have a thing. It's not a thing for them, right? Women are not reading self-help books and getting coached by mentors to be more successful in their relationships. They're just kind of going out there, fucking who they want to at the moment. And if the right guy comes, the right guy comes. So they don't resonate with that struggle. They don't realize that, hey baby, 1 out of 3 men haven't had sex this entire year. 1 out of 3 men don't even get women to even pay attention to him. Most men don't even exist to women, like you were mentioning, like you were saying on dating apps. The 5s and 6s are zeros. Most women don't even they don't even deem most men as options.
Yeah.
So you just completely neglect the majority of men. You only focus on one group of men. That's why it's hard for you to understand what the men you already don't even realize exists are going through. So they look at a man who's up there, oh, he's just like that. He everything is just perfect, right? Meanwhile, the guys that you don't even know exist can be that guy. And this is one thing I say to women. I think their strategy is very, very faulty. I think a lot of women, this wait at the finish line is ill-advised, because a lot of the men at the finish line started at the bottom. Like most men who are successful had to climb up to become something. So don't wait to go fuck them up. They already made it. Get you a dude, a stud, a young dude who's hustling and getting it. Latch onto his side so you can get the benefits, right? Once he becomes this guy. Because, and this thing, we say women are hypergamous. Men are hypergamous too.
Yes.
We got our nature. If the more successful a man becomes, good fucking luck trying to get this motherfucker to only be with you. Good luck. It ain't gonna happen. Like, that's what women don't understand. Yes, you want these ultra successful men, but these ultra successful men have these crazy high standards of what they want in a woman, and good luck trying to get this dude to only pay attention to you.
Yeah. So there's the ultra high successful men. He's stuck on his highest setting. And then there's the guys who watch porn. They're stuck on their high. That's the reason, by the way, why you're having erectile dysfunction at 18, is because you're watching pornography and you're stuck on your highest setting. Whereas women want attention, and they're stuck on the highest setting by the highest status men they could get attention from, and attention meaning casual sex. And then the men are like that too. They screw themselves up by believing that the actions that happen on pornography are real, and they're not real. Unless you live in Las Vegas, then they are real. But other than that, they're not real. And so that's the difference. It's really interesting. If you ask an average girl, they're like stunned by that. If you ask girls who have OnlyFans, they're not. Girls who are on OnlyFans are fully aware that most men are not getting laid, because they're making hundreds of thousands of dollars off those men. But the one thing I like to try to have girls do is like go to Walmart and then look at all the men in Walmart and ask yourself, who's these men? And when you realize you wouldn't and none of your friends wouldn't, those are the men that we're talking about. There's also, it's a TikTok, and I have to go back and find it somewhere. He's pointing out average guys, and he's like, what do you think about the possibility of you having sex with these guys? And he points over at this one dude, and he goes, what do you think about that guy? And she goes, what guy? I don't see a guy. He literally doesn't see him. He goes, no, the guy right there. And she goes, is there someone behind the mailman? And he goes, no, I mean the fucking mailman. What do you think about him? In her mind, he isn't human. Like, he's not a thing. Yeah. Women don't think low status men are unattractive. They don't see them. They don't even recognize. I've done this before with my girlfriend. Whenever we go to, some restaurant for takeout or whatever, delivery, drive-in, we'll go to the drive-in, and then afterwards we'll pull off and it'll be like, describe the guy who gave us our food. And she can't do it. I remember exactly what he looked like. I'm a former counterintelligence officer in the military. I remember what everyone in the room looks like. She doesn't remember. And then it'll be like some guy that clearly really really attractive, and I'm like, describe his tattoos, and she remembers all of them. She knows. It's just really weird how a woman's reticular activation system only focuses on things that she deems to be high status.
And that's why we were talking about earlier. You don't have a choice anymore, bro. As a guy, man, you don't even exist. You're a regular dude. You're in average shape. You don't dress well. You don't have no kind of status. You're not working on your personal brand. You don't put no effort. They don't even see you. You're not even part of the options. Guys come to me all the time. I struggle on dating apps. I don't get, I go look at their pictures. I'm like, bro, and this is the activity I always tell the men. Would you fuck you?
Would you? Bro, I'd go even one step further. I'm like, bro, on your things, number one, you look like a child molester. Number two, you look like you have some French journalist tied up in the back that you were like going to cut his head off. And number three, you look like the first person in prison to get butt. Like I just don't understand why you think I do this also with guys. I'm like, consider a dude putting his dick in you. Oh, how fucking gross that is. Now consider how picky you'd be. Now be a woman. Think about how picky she'd be. Of course they wouldn't fuck you, dude. Look at what you're doing.
It's no surprise. I tell guys to get a mirror. I say the number one thing you need to get in your apartment as guys is a full body mirror. Every fucking morning you need to wake up and look at yourself and ask yourself, are you proud of what you look at? Because if not, bro, you have nobody else to blame.
Yeah.
The person standing right there is you don't gotta, hating women ain't gonna do it for you. They don't give a fuck. Right? Being upset that men are doing better than you ain't gonna change nothing. The person in the mirror, the guy that you're looking at every single morning is the reason why you struggle.
And the other thing is like, what can you change and what can you not change? I tell guys this all the time. I can't change your eye color, I can't change your ethnicity, and I can't change your height. But you can change the shape of your skull based on your haircut and the beard you have. You can change the clarity of your skin. We skip teeth. Teeth, God, is so incredibly important. There's studies that show you're far more likely to buy a car or a house from an agent who has clean, like straight teeth. It's just so, like, teeth are such an incredible sign of status, because consider your ancestors. People who were sick, their teeth fell out quicker. That's the reason why. Straight teeth are just so incredibly important. And then the other thing is, again, Alex Costa brings this up. I bringing this up for a year. Finding clothes that fit are more important than the brand name. Finding clothes that accentuate the hip to the shoulder to waist ratio. For men, women on average like 1.65 to 1, meaning your shoulders are 65% wider than your waist. That's what women tend to like. What's the easiest way to do that? I could do extensions and get my delts another inch, but I could also lose weight around my waist and lose 4 or 5 inches. There's other studies that show that women have more orgasms with men who have broader shoulders. What it really is, it's a broader shoulder ratio in comparison to their waist. These are things you can change. So I can't change your height, can't change your eye color, can't change your skin color, but what I can do is you can get clear skin, change the face, the shape of your face, and change your body fat percentage. And most importantly, change how you present yourself on social media to show competency, relevancy, access to scarce resources, and higher status. Doing those things, and pre-selection. Doing those things are things you can change, and those things absolutely can I have one client who's 5'1", surrounded by women all the time. I have numerous, voluminous numbers of Indian clients who came to me certain that blonde hair, blue-eyed women would never them and absolutely destroy. It's one of the first things I do is when we have Indian clients that come on some of the sales calls is we just show them dozens of my Indian clients that this worked for. And the thing is, what happens is it actually works for the other ethnicities too. Because if you're a white dude, you're watching this, you're like, oh dude, if this worked for him, like, fuck yeah, social circle works for everyone.